I'm Jill Culton, a screenwriter, film director for animation. The industry's changed so much since I started. I started about 25 years ago, and really, my first job in the industry was as an intern at Walt Disney Studios in 2D hand-drawn animation. So this is how long ago I started, and probably the first big feature I worked on was Toy Story. So at that time, nobody knew that CG animation was just going to completely explode. So really, I think for all of us who started back then, CG animation and the way it's taken over the industry is by far the biggest change. One of the things that is really exciting, though, is just how I've seen this technology evolve throughout the last 25 years. It's just gotten better and better. And to be honest, I think for me, we're still just seeing the first chapter of what CG can do. I think we're in a very exciting time for animation in general, and it's just going to get bigger and better. Maybe one of the challenges that I've seen change over the years is that there's a lot of competition out there, and that's a good or a bad thing. When I first started, there was Disney, DreamWorks, and Pixar, really. And now there's a million other companies, and that means that the box office is packed. And so really your films only get a limited time in the theater, and because of that, there's a lot of fear. You either have a huge success or you have a pretty big miss. So that's been another huge change, and so it just makes it tougher to do films these days. A lot of risk. Some of the trends that I see that I think are really exciting are that it used to just be big studios that could make animated films, but now you're seeing all sorts of smaller studios come out. Because of the nature of the competition in the film industry, we have to learn to make these films for cheaper than they ever have been, and it opens up a fantastic opportunity for smaller studios that have great, unique ideas. You don't just have to be part of the Disneys or the DreamWorks. You can start your own film and do it for cheaper and come out with an amazing product that can be competitive in the market. And I think that's a very exciting thing. I think we're going to see way more different styles of films coming out from all over the world with unique styles and unique storytelling. So that's exciting. I think probably the biggest takeaway from open season was that you're only as successful or as good as your crew. And every director knows that. When you head into these things, it takes, as my friend Tony Stocky said, it takes a small village to make one of these animated films. And at any given point, there might be 300 people plus on your film working for you. And every single day, I was grateful for the talent that they brought to the table, endlessly, tirelessly, year after year, holding hands together. They rose to the occasion and they made things better. And when we hit snags or we hit a problem, everyone faced it as a group head on. And you just become ever grateful for those teams. Those teams make your movies. And I think part of being a director is learning to nurture those teams and give them praise and the praise that they deserve to keep them going and the energy that they need. I think the worst mistake goes along with that same question, which is many young directors feel like they have something to prove. So they think this is their movie, and they try to control too much. They don't let their team help them. And I think making these films is like an egg. You have to hold it very softly. You can't hold it like this, or you're not going to get the best movie. These movies, I feel like they almost, that there's, and this is a weird way to describe it, but now that I'm doing it for so long, you realize these stories are floating out there in the universe, and the ones that really want to be told come down, and then they choose a director, and they say, you're the shepherd for the rest of this, but it's not your movie. It's never yours. I think the best movies are stories that the universe needs to hear. And so the best thing you can do is be humble. The worst thing you can do is have pride. It will kill a beautiful film that wants to be told.